In this tutorial we're going to be looking at the sensorProbe series, and we're going to be looking at how to add a sensor. So this tutorial, you can see that we're actually using the sensorProbe 8, but this tutorial actually applies to the sensorProbe2, the sensorProbe4 and the sensorProbe 8 series, including the X20 and X60 versions. So as you can see, I'm on the summary page right now, and I've already gone ahead and I've already connected a sensor to the back of the base unit. So let's go ahead and look where we find that on this interface. So the first thing we're going to do is go across to our sensors tab here, and we're going to click there. And this brings us to our sensors page. Now on the left hand side here you can see all these different sensors. Now it's important to note that obviously these are not connected to the system at the moment. This is just showing you all the different sensors that can be connected to the system. So the ones that are highlighted in green and red, these are the ones that we currently have connected to the system. So let's go and have a look at our sensor window over here. Now you can see that on the right hand side we've got 8 ports listed. Now if we did this with the sensorProbe2 you would only have 2 ports listed, and of course if you did it with the sensorProbe4 you would have 4 ports listed. So at the moment you can see that I've got the temperature 1 description, which matches over here in our environmental section. So I'm going to go ahead and click on this one. So now this brings us to our settings of that particular temperature sensor. So we can see that it's connected to port 1, and we have a description of that sensor. So let's just change this now. Let's just change this to temperature in office. It's a bit more descriptive. And right away, as soon as we make some changes, you can see that the save button is flashing away here to remind us to save our preferences. Now at the moment, we've got our current reading of 85 degrees and the status is critical. So how do we change those readings? Well, you simply just go down to these values down here, and you can change the value of each one. So let's change this one from 85, let's change this to 90. We've got a high warning, we'll just mark this up as 85, and we'll leave the rest as they are. At the bottom we can change from Fahrenheit to Celsius. We're going to leave that as Fahrenheit, and let's just go ahead and click save. So now that we've pressed save, all of our changes have been saved. So now let's go back to our summary page, and you can see that in actual fact we no longer have a red warning, we have a yellow, just to say that the temperature in the office is reaching a high warning state but not high critical. So that's essentially all there is to it, to accessing your sensor data and changing the sensor data. Very, very easy. I hope you found this tutorial helpful.